In the spring of 2016, when the Democratic National Committee found that its servers had been breached and its information exfiltrated, they went not to the FBI or any other law enforcement entity, they went first to CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is a private, for-profit cyber attribution firm headquartered here in Irvine, California. At the same time that the DNC had contracted with CrowdStrike to analyze its servers and determine who was responsible for the alleged hacking, CrowdStrike actually had an active contract with the FBI for unrelated services.
The contract, listed on a U.S. federal government spending database as being worth $150,000, was active between July of 2015 and July of 2016. This would encompass the time that CrowdStrike was approached by the DNC to assess its allegedly hacked servers. Word of CrowdStrike's involvement with the DNC appears to first have been promulgated by a Washington Post article on June 14, 2016, in which former chairperson Debbie Wasserman Schultz is quoted as saying that the DNC reached out to CrowdStrike immediately upon discovering the breach. Again, reached out not to law enforcement but to CrowdStrike. As yet, the only party that has received primary access to the DNC servers that were supposedly hacked is still CrowdStrike. In January of 2017, former FBI Director James Comey confirmed that the FBI was repeatedly rebuffed when it attempted to assess the DNC servers for itself, and instead was forced to rely on CrowdStrike.
Now this, what you might call the cyber attribution industry, is still in its early stages. So you'd expect some kinks to come up that need to be worked out, but what's different in this situation is that the findings proffered by CrowdStrike have served as the basis for a pretty consequential geopolitical narrative, which is that Russia is employing all sorts of surreptitious tactics.
And these tactics are supposedly designed to undermine or disrupt the Western democratic order. The claims being made here are highly incendiary, and they're being used as the basis for formulating American foreign policy. Yet, given that CrowdStrike is a private company, it's accountable not to the general public, but to its funders.
If vital government functions are increasingly being outsourced to private for-profit firms like CrowdStrike, then the ability to dictate geopolitical events is increasingly being concentrated in the hands of a relatively small number of people.
CrowdStrike certainly has reason to appreciate all the attention. On May 17th, the firm announced that it had closed on a round of venture capital funding that left it appraised at over $1 billion.
CrowdStrike did not reply to a request for comment.